So this is my love life rant.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
Hey, what's good, guys? This your girl. Y'all see that? Don't tell nobody. It's your girl, Annie Boom Fanny. So, y'all know I'm always eating. I didn't know if I should do a story time because I just remembered this damn shit that I wanted to do when I was young. As always. Or if I should go on a love life rant. And I've been doing a lot of story times lately, so I think that I should go on a love life rant. And then do the story time in another video. So, the question I get asked a lot is, number one, let me point out something to some people. This is an adult channel. I curse. I have no filter. I'm always eating. And I know that shit is very distracting. But I don't care. There's 1,001 other channels you can go to. I got about 2 fucking subscribers, y'all. Alright? So, you gotta excuse me. Any subscribers I get is because I'm somebody that they can relate to. I don't need nobody that's going to be extra critical of my etiquette. Alright? But anyway. And now that I got that out the way. I get asked a lot, why are you single? And I'm not going to lie to you. When guys ask me that question, it irks me. It irks me because it's like, what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, everybody I come across ain't shit? Then they gonna look at me like, no, bitch, it's you? Or am I supposed to say, it's me? And then they go fucking running for the hills? So this is my love life rant. I feel as though I am single because people, guys, take advantage. Now, with that being said, I think more women need to evaluate themselves in the position they played in their previous relationships. So, I'm saying that to say this. I've been single for a while. I'm talking to somebody who stated that he's not ready to be in a relationship because A, B, and C. I'll get into that a little bit more or whatever. But, so with that being said, when people ask me why I'm single, I've literally figured out it's not because of me. And I'm saying that because I've been single for a while and I made it my business to correct any character flaws that I feel is impeding on having a successful relationship or entering into a relationship. Prime example, attitude. The way you speak to a man, emasculating a man, you know, having too much independence and all of that. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Essentially, after I got out of that long relationship, if y'all saw the video, my ex tried to kill me when I was in a relationship with him. When I got into a relationship with him, I was one person. I was soft, I was submissive, I was naive, I was moldable. You understand what I'm saying? And then after I got out of that relationship with him, my skin was so thick. I was very tough. I was very hard to get along with. I was extremely intolerant. I'm still intolerant to this day. I'm a no-nonsense type of girl, and I've always been that way, but I find that when I was in a relationship with him, I was putting up with more shit that I was necessarily willing to put up with on any other day or with any other anybody else. But being that it was him, I was just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, I just felt like, my bad. With that being said, I just felt like after I got out of that on and off tumultuous relationship, it was abusive, not only in the physical sense, but emotionally, spiritually, and everything. And even to this day, I am fixing things that were broken in that relationship. And that relationship was a few years ago. So, why I'm single is because I tend, for some reason, and we all have to admit this, we all attract a certain type of person. Now, I do not believe we attract what we are. I don't believe that at all. I do believe that opposites attract. And that is a bad thing in the case of me, because I'm loyal. I know a lot of people say this, but I think a lot of people need to be serious with themselves. Loyal to me is somebody who has the ability to be monogamous in all aspects. I'm talking about loyal in a relationship wise, right? Monogamous in all aspects. Loyal to me is somebody who is understanding of a certain person's personality and situation, and they work with them. Loyal to me is somebody who's supportive. So loyal to me and love to me go hand in hand, because I feel as though love is just not a feeling. It consists of certain acts and things and, things like that. And loyalty is the same way to me. And I'm loyal to a fault when I like somebody. Somebody doesn't even have to be my man, and I make it my business to go out my way to show effort if I'm interested in them. So if I'm not interested in somebody, they could tell, like, I don't give them the time of day. But somebody could be on some friends with benefits level type of shit with me, and I'm still giving them husband treatment. And I forgot who it was. It was an older woman, I believe. But they was like, y'all females need to stop giving husband benefits to boyfriends. And that's absolutely true. I have this habit of cooking and cleaning and sucking and fucking and doing all this extra shit for a nigga that did not even give me an inch. You feel me? Just because I'm the type of person that when I like somebody, I like you and I want to show you that I like you or whatever. And I don't know where that stems from. I don't know why I'm such a pleaser when I get into relationships. I don't know why I'm making my business to always prove my loyalty, always prove that I'm an honest person or this is that and the thing. And that's what, and even outside of a relationship in that sense, it could be a friendship. Like, I even noticed that in my friendships, I feel as though my friends could be like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and I'd be so willing. But when it comes to something that I'm interested, everybody's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, they don't really respond the way I do. And I always make it my business for my friends, my closest friends, to know that one thing you don't ever have to worry about with somebody like me is me fucking your man or your girlfriend, because, I have gay friends, me being disloyal to you, me betraying you to somebody else or something like that, or me selling you out or anything like that. And I be seeing these situations with other females and their friends, and they, oh, that's my friend, but she did this and we got into it over this. And it's like, girl, like, me, I would never even step on nobody's toes intentionally. If I ever got into something with my friends, it was because it was literally a misunderstanding, or it was something that I didn't know I did, and it got brought up later on, and I would always apologize, even if I don't feel like I'm necessarily wrong. One thing I do apologize is one thing I do apologize for is when I make people feel a certain way. If it was not my intentions for you to feel that way, I would most definitely apologize. My ego is not that big. That's another thing. I don't have a big ego. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though I run into men that have this mindset, whether it be subconsciously or not, of it's me against them. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm in a relationship, I peep shit like that. If we in an argument, the end of the argument should be a solution. Whether that solution be what I suggested or whether it be what you suggested. It should not be, it has to be what I suggest or it has to be what you suggest. And I run into a lot of egotistical men like that. I run into men who do not understand my personality. Like I said, for some reason, I don't know if it's my stature. I don't know if it's the way I talk. I don't know if it's my level of intelligence, because people get intimidated by that as well. But I do run into men who don't, how can I say, like they don't present themselves in a masculine way. Like, I don't make it my business to emasculate anybody, but if me and you are getting into an argument and at the slightest sense of an attitude or I feel a way, you make it your business to do a U-turn and get the fuck out of here, then I don't really have time for you. Because at this point, at a certain age, for men not to understand women in that manner, I cannot be the one to babysit you and let you know that everything is not going to be fucking rainbows and I'm not going to be shit in sunshine all the time. Shit is going to get real. And if we can't stand face to face and figure it out or whatever, then I don't want nothing to do with you. One thing I hate is a fucking coward. One thing I hate is somebody who, when it gets hot in the kitchen, they fucking run, but they ready to eat when the food is done. I'm not here for it, okay? So, I'm sorry, y'all. This is just a rant because I have come to the realization that I do want a relationship. And I've been dealing with somebody who, we've been dealing with each other for a minute. All the red flags was there that he wasn't somebody who was willing to settle down or this, that, and the third. I'm going to do another topic about that. I don't want to, like, automatically go in right now. But basically, I'm exchanging energies with this person. What I mean by exchanging energies is this is somebody I sleep with. This is somebody I text every day. We text every day. We communicate every day. This is somebody that I feel deeply for. This is somebody that I will give my last bit of money to. But he has showed improvement, but he has not really showed any real effort. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with myself. He has not showed any real effort. So it's gonna come to a point where I have to look this person that I care about for so much. I gotta look them in the eye and be a woman and say, I gotta cut you off. And even that's not even with us being on bad terms. It would just have to be me cutting him off because I am 29 years old. Not to say that is the age where you have to be have this done and have to have a man and have to be on your way to get married or whatever. People get married when they're 60 years old. Some people don't find the love of their life until it's later on in life. But with that being said, I feel how I feel and I want what I want. And he is not something that I need in my life. He is something that I want in the sense of I want him to want what I want. But he does not. And here I am, knowing better, but still dealing with him. And a lot of us do that. I think my main concern is I haven't had a connection or chemistry with anybody in a long time until I met him. So when I met him, I let my guard down. And I'm like, I'm going to go all out and I'm going to make sure I pick up anytime he call. I'm going to make sure I respond anytime he texts. And anytime he want to come over, he can come over. If he come home, I'm going to lay it on his ass. And I'm going to make sure I cook him good meals. And I'm going to make sure when we go out, I go to reach for my purse to let him know that he doesn't have to cover the bill all the time. And make sure when he's going through something that I'm going to give him words of encouragement. I'm not going to be no headache to him. I'm not going to be stressful to him. I'm going to be understanding that he's not willing to be in a relationship at this time, and I'm going to work with him, and I'm hopefully that changes. Like, listen, sis, like, all of that gotta go. But my concern, another concern that I have is I don't really give other men the time of day because I feel as though I read people so well. I'm very analytical. I read people so well, it's not even funny. Like, prime example, a dude could be like, yo, you the most beautiful girl in the world, or whatever, whatever. I'd be like, okay, whatever. So in my head, say if I decide that somebody's a player, say if I say, oh, I think this dude is a player, or he running game, or he ain't about shit, and say I go against my intuition, and I just say, you know what, I'm gonna give him a chance. It never ever fucking fails that my first intuition about that person is right. So that is why I don't even give dudes the time of day now, because it's like I'm running into people that see me as sexually appeasing, but they don't ever dig deeper to find out that I'm actually more than a fat ass and some tattoos. And let me tell y'all something. It don't matter how you dress. So don't ever use that as an excuse as to why dudes is to stand a third. Because we already see what type of girls these niggas be falling in love with, proposing to, having children with. So that don't matter, right? One thing about me is I'm either super chill and laid back or super stuck up. So, one thing I don't do is I don't present myself as easy. I do not present myself as easy. I'm very mindful of my body language. And if at any point I gave somebody the wrong impression, I'll check that shit in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, for people to still come at me like that or whatever, it's kind of like, dude, all I did was walk in the room and sit down. And you have the balls to tell me, oh, your ass is fat. Why do you feel the need to talk to me like that? Why is that okay? Is it because other women allow these niggas to talk to them like that? I don't understand. So, sorry, I know I'm rambling. I know some of y'all can relate. All three of y'all that's watching. But I think another point I want to make is, say like the dude I'm talking to now, that's not the first person that gave me the excuse. They'd be like, oh, I'm not ready to be in a relationship because I'm not financially stable and I don't have this and I don't have that. I don't like that excuse, even if women use that as an excuse, is because I feel as though some people are not where they are in life unless they didn't meet the person they met. Like, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I know I talk funny, but so say a man is who he is and he has all these ideas or whatever, and he gives this woman an excuse like, oh, I'm not ready to be in a relationship, I don't have this, I don't have that, and then, you know, he'd be like, fuck it, you know, I'm gonna get in a relationship with this, and then all of a sudden all his dreams is coming true, or he's accomplishing all his goals. It may be in fact because you need some type of support system that you did not previously have. So I don't want to hear the excuse when somebody's like, oh, I don't have this and I got to do this and I haven't accomplished this goal or whatever, because I feel as though I'm supportive enough to help somebody move along in life. And I would hope that they would do the same for me. And I do feel as though I need support in certain areas. A lot of women feel as though I don't need a man, this is that and third. Listen, sis, you may not need a man, but I know the universe created this hole in this mouth and these titties for a man. Okay? Sometimes a woman, you never know, right? So with that being said, I need a man. I want a man. I'm ready for a man. But I will not be accepting of any old stray fucking dog that comes along and licks my shoes and gives me a couple of compliments and flashes a couple of dollars and he thinks that's all that it takes. No. So, essentially, I'm single because I have not ran into anybody who is as genuine as I am or willing to be to someone that I'm into, that they can be the same way to me. So, yeah. I always attract older niggas with money. And that might not be a bad thing. But it's a bad thing because older men are set in their ways. They're very condescending. They don't really have the time and the attention that you require. Somebody my age. Like, sorry, I need a little TLC. I've been through some shit in my life, okay? I don't want no nigga that's never busy or whatever, but, like, they be just doing too much for me. And they tend to talk down to you sometimes. Because You know, whether it be purposely or not. I don't know if it's because they older, they just think they know it all. I don't know what it is. These younger dudes out here, it seems as though they hate women. If I look down my timeline, look at my posts, look at just the people in the street, it'll be like, bitches this, and bitches be like, and females this, and it's like, do you actually like women? I need to know. Do you have a problem with women? Do you want to date men? If you do, go ahead, because every time you turn around, you're complaining about women. So, or it's like, I attract like the dude that I'm talking to now. They want boyfriend privileges, but don't want to be your boyfriend. And they don't want to see you with nobody else. And that's his exact words. So, I don't know if I was born in a different era. I don't know. What I am looking for is somebody who is a hard worker, of course, but somebody who makes it their business to take a couple of hours out of his fucking week to make time for me. Somebody who does not require me to tell them to open the door for me. Someone who just understands that whether it be 1 rose or 12 roses, it's greatly appreciated as long as you got me a fucking rose, right? A simple text message, like simple shit. People be like, oh, women are so complicated. No, we're not complicated. You just don't live up to the basic fucking package. That is my rant. That is all. Stay tuned for the story time that I got on deck about how some dude I was talking to, his fiance caught us. Anyways, like and subscribe, comment if you want. I'll reply back. Deuces, y'all. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, follow me on IG, guys. Thanks.